Definitely. Turn on. Make sure my phone professional. Put the phone. Yeah.
I'm going to make sure that we're video. Kids in here to engineer, it'll be even better.
Definitely. Turn on. Make sure my phone professional. Put the phone. Yeah. I can hear us now. I hear a delay though. What I just said.
Alright, we are actually live right now. I'm going to make sure that we're video.
Do I need my headphones in?
Kids in here to engineer, it'll be even better.
Definitely. Turn on. Make sure my phone professional. Put the phone. Yeah. I can hear us now. I hear a delay though. What I just said. No, that's what's playing now. Yep.
I'm going to make sure that
Do I need my headphones in? Definitely. Turn on. Make sure my phone professional. Put the phone. Yeah. I can hear us now. I hear a delay though. What I just said. No, that's what's playing now. Yep.
It was the live stream up here.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. Okay, we should be good. It was playing. I'm glad we heard it because I could turn it down. It was like
Yeah. Oh, we are. We ready to go. We here. Check 1 2 1 2. Check 1 2. Everybody, we live.
Let me do my thing. I'm about to get started.
I'm about to go live on my phone.
Go ahead, you could. Why do I look like this?
There we go. Full HD. There we go. We out here. Oh, you switch that.
Already knows it. It'll take a minute to get in there.
It's all good.
That's a good look.
The new, I like this.
It feels so good, but I gotta get used to it. I gotta do everything, so it's crazy.
Yeah, well, that's where we at. That's where radio, podcast, and everything else. It's good to do it on your own. To know. What up, everybody? I'm live on Nerve DJs radio. Go to the Nerve DJs app. Nerve DJs app. Interview with DJ Squirt. No, I don't do too many interviews. Squirt asks me because I don't go and solicit interviews like some people do. Some people go out and they solicit interviews. No, you different. You the interviewer. As an interviewee, I don't ask for. I don't. Can I get an interview with your station? No, I don't do that. If you think I'm interesting enough to interview, then fine. If you don't, I keep it moving. I don't.
Here we go. Let me get my
Yeah.
intro in. All right, y'all. We are live on Nerve DJs Radio. Woo, this is the DJ Squirt Radio Show, Cleveland, Ohio, baby. I got somebody so dope. Somebody super, 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 super dope. And he's over 6 feet, so y'all already know I'm flabbergasted. I don't know how to act, so I have to. Okay, here we go. Okay, let me quit playing. All right, you guys, it's the DJ Squirt Radio Show live on Nerve DJs Radio every Sunday from 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I am here. Download that Nerve DJs Radio app. What? Hit that TV at 3 p.m. every Sunday, and you can see me. Here I is. Today, I have a really dope person. His name is DJ Chris Styles. DJ Chris Styles, say hello.
What up, people? What's up? What's up, DJ Squirt? What's up? I don't know why I just did this with the only females do this.
I do that all the time.
But only females, sorry if I thought this. Maybe I got to put my regular picture thing.
But Chris Styles, first of all, you were super on time. They gotta get these sound effects. They gonna be like, this girl crazy. Oh, he was on time, super on time. There you go, there you go. He was on time, number one. Number two, he didn't make 25 phone calls to me before the show. He just was here. Thank you for following directions. I love you so much for that. Okay, number two. He smelled good.
That's the secret sauce.
He smells so good, y'all.
I can't give that credit to myself.
Okay.
That is the wife. The wife then got me with the good cologne. She's like, this is what I like. If you want, I'm like, okay. I never heard of it before, and I got it. And to this day, listen, even guys, it's a good cologne it's a good cologne when guys themselves say, oh my God, you smell good. What is that?
Right, a guy stopped you. Not that he's coming at you.
No, he just stopped me. And so I never tell him what it is.
Right.
Because I just don't want you smelling like me.
You can't take the women from me.
We're just gonna take that smell, like everybody they got the Louis Vuitton. I guess they have his own cologne, and who else? Name the colognes. I don't know. I'm not a big cologne person. I'll go way back. My days the way Obsession. We back in the 80s. That is the old man smell as you go back and listen to it. Yeah. But this one is pretty dope.
Yeah, that was considered old man stuff. Okay, well, check out. Everybody knows that DJ Squirt is about bringing people together, showing them who you are, sharing your challenges, struggles, and your success to be an inspiration to someone else. But of course, I'm a little crazy, right? So I have this thing, I work with kids, right? So I have this thing where I like to ask certain questions. Is that okay with you? We have that conversation. Good? Okay. So
we open to it.
I had a little humor.
Let's go. We're open to it. Anything. I'm as open as I can be.
Just a little humor for 20 minutes now. I'll tell you wife to click off. She can't listen if she don't. You know what I'm saying? Tell her to click off. But for 20 minutes, what I do, this is actually subliminally helping our youth because the media hasn't bamboozled. You know what I'm saying? We got them doing all kind of crazy stuff. But really, this is just to attract them, but subliminally teach them how to build relationships. Right? All right. So here we go. I'm keeping the camera on you while I ask you.
Oh, let's go.
But this is called getting squirtified. You cannot do an interview with DJ Squirt without getting squirtified, okay?
She says squirtified, and there it is.
See, that's the thing. They use words that we used to use back in the day. It's something totally different now. It's so horrible, but we're going to bring it back to making people, you're not judging the book by the cover, okay? So, here we go. These questions I need to ask you. You ask these questions, you get squirtified, you follow the rules, you complete the scenario, and that gets you squirtified, certified in order to have the rest of the interview. Okay, are we ready?
Ready as we're going to be.
Here we go. I know I talk a lot, don't I?
No, we're good. Let's go.
Here we go.
That's right. We're here to have fun.
All right. Rule number one. Now that you've entered this studio, you belong to DJ Squirt.
Oh shit, we could cuss, right?
Yes.
Okay, because I'm worried.
You prefer not, but you can.
No, I'm not going to curse. I keep it radio version.
Okay, that's a yes.
That's yes. I mean, I'm here. I'm here.
Hey, you gotta say yes. I don't want to be getting sued. North Carolina, they take you trying to date somebody's husband. That wife can sue your ass. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, we good.
Sue me. I don't want you suing me. So here we go. Here we go, pumpkin. Ooh, this one is special because he is tall and he smelled good. He was on time. He's smart. Okay, never mind. Let's go back to this. Okay, that was rule number one. Rule number two is now that we're in this beautiful relationship.
Just like that, huh?
Yeah. Any hoochie mama, baby mama, wife, I don't care who she is, she gotta go. She gotta go.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
20 minutes.
20 minutes. 20 minutes.
If you need me to get y'all back together, I got you. Okay? I'm gonna I'll even fight for you like, no, you stay with him. You feel me? I got you.
It's all good. It's all good for the content. We got you. We got you.
Okay, now that we together, now we can't just be handsome and beautiful and we have to get along, right?
Yeah. Have to get along.
So I want to test you out.
Okay.
This is what I want to do. See, we have to get along if we're going to be happy. So I like to read this long, drawn-out scenario because number one, it makes people listen.
Yeah.
Number two, it adds you to be creative and it gives your personality. When a lot of people, especially with your own answer being who you are, and it gives your answer, oh my God, you know how many fans will be incorporated to you just because of your answer is fire. Here we go.
All right, let's go. Let's roll with it.
I've done this
Okay. I'm Chris Gotti.
He's
Yeah.
from New York.
Yeah. Know exactly who he is.
When we get done, I'll tell you what he said. Okay, here we go. In order to get squirtified, you have to answer this long, drawn-out scenario. But in the beginning, I have 2 tips. Tip number 1, you must be 6 feet and over.
I'm 6'3".
But for the radio,
6'3".
how tall are you, sir?
6'3". 6'3".
Awesome,
6'3". 6'3".
Awesome, dope. Okay, now, also, DJ Squirt has a voice fetish. Now, these tips gotta be right. I have a voice fetish.
Get the voice together.
You can say anything you want in the right tone and get away with whatever with me. You feel me? That's how much of a voice fetish I got. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right, we got the 2 tips. Here we go. Now, here's the story. We took a weekend away in a cabin on the hill. 2 nights, 3 days. Anything you can think of, Chris Styles, we did that. I mean, whatever you imagine. Just don't say Bible study. But we did that, okay? All right, you got that in your mind.
Got it.
We did all this. We had a great time, you know. From my memory, though, we were on this bearskin rug. We had a fireplace, and we was drinking wine. Like it just went wild, right?
Sound like somebody got money, bearskin rug.
But I'm just saying, it's a cabin thing. You know, you can get good deals, and you know, it ain't about money. You know what I'm saying? We was trying to bond, so we took this weekend away. And you know, being bosses as we are, that means we taking away from our money by that stopping that time to be out for that weekend. So
Absolutely.
it's a big, you know, what do you call this? Whatever. It was a big thing for us to do this. Okay, here we go. It's the end of the weekend. We got to get our stuff together. It's Monday morning. We packing up. We got to go. We got to get back to our money because Squirt love her money, right? Your girlfriend, look out the window. That's me. It's 20 feet of snow outside and we are stuck in this cabin another night. Oh my God, your girlfriend got attitude. And you stuck in this cabin with me again overnight with a funky attitude. Ooh, Jesus. Okay, boom. You really sick of me. You ready to throw me out the window by the next morning. Well, before we get ready to go to sleep, whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
So here's the scene, Pumpkin. Here's the scene. We're back in front of this bearskin rug, right? We're sitting in front of the fireplace. You trying to cope because you're like, look, we had such a great weekend. We got to be here. So you pour me this wine, like, here, boo, you know. But it didn't work. I'm rolling my eyes and stuff, right? I'm still rolling my eyes and stuff. And, oh, here's the punchline. I don't got no clothes on.
That's the punchline.
Yeah. But I'm playing hard to get. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
You got to tell me what you would do to make me happy, but keep it PG. Now, you know my tip?
No, I mean,
Let's go.
and depending on how long the relationship's already going on, this is real easy. You got to cater to her. You basically, what's the love language is. So every woman have a different love language, right? You know what I mean? Majority, a good portion is acts of service. Right. So if it's acts of service, you start doing acts of service type things. Whatever you love, whatever you like. You know, you may like foot rubs. You know, you might like the another act of love language is touch. We talk about sensual touch. We're not talking about, you know, in the sensual touch and sensual touch in the body and just relax and a massage. You know, and you just relax. If you go into that think sex is going to solve every problem if she's in the mood, you know what I mean? Sex is not going to solve every problem. So you cater to the needs. So I would probably just cater to the needs and talk to your love language. Is that easy? Yeah. You got to mentally, got to give her a mental orgasm.
Ooh.
Yeah, I mean, so, yeah.
I see why
That easy.
Yes. It was a good answer. Nobody's answer is wrong.
No, nobody's answer is wrong. Everybody's mood is different.
Exactly. But for you to even speak that way, I mean, I forgot. I ain't have no money. Right?
Now, listen. It wasn't. So here's the crazy thing about it. We could get deeper into the relationship stuff like that. It wasn't like I just known it. Some guys just know it, and some guys have to learn it, or you get learned to learn it, right? Yeah, so it could be a situation where you get learned, and all of a sudden, okay, and then you figure it out and learn it. I think most guys' problem is when we store information. The best thing was Nipsey Hussle, right? Nipsey Hussle said, you got to study a woman like you study a book.
Ooh, he did.
Right? And so a lot of guys go past, even me, like I flew past that quote, right? And then, when things go down or anything that happens, you start to figure out like, okay, what's going on? How can I, fix this situation? Well, you can't fix a situation.
Right, totally fix it.
Right.
You can
amend yourself. And so that part of it, a lot of guys don't understand that, is figuring out the love language, studying what your significant other wants. And doing it without them even asking you, doing it. It's just a natural thing. And it's not the easiest thing, but if you pay attention, if you love the person, you're going to make sure it works.
That's fire. See that? That was one of them. Very good because I'm not even blowing smoke. Everybody knows Squirt don't blow smoke, but that was one of the best answers I've ever had. Because now you done broke to my psychology. And it's like, okay. To me, really.
But that's the key, though. I'm just saying, like, a lot of guys are always, it's crazy because we think of physical, we think of sex every single time, like that solves the problem, and that's not it. I'm telling you, a female, once you get to the ultimate ecstasy and ultimate intimacy, and intimacy doesn't mean sex.
Exactly.
And I think we get that confused, intimacy and sex, right?
Yes.
Right. So intimacy is not about sex. The intimacy is about mentally involved with your significant other, the mental part of it, you know what I mean? And I always see these memes, and memes are great, memes are great. It's a meme out there say, if you want me to be this feminine woman, well, you got to take the manly jobs away from me, right? And so, like, those things stick with me. So as men, we got to figure, okay, because we're not talking manly job like doing the yard and things like that. It's other things of being the leader, of just leading her. She knows she could do it herself, but the leader, there's certain ways, make some certain decisions where you can make, decisions where you can make it together, you make it together. But decisions, the easy one, all right, we're going out to eat, we're going this to take this travel, we're doing this, these bills are paid already, don't even worry about that, I got you already. Just the simple things, So but it takes time to develop. Some guys got it right away. Some guys get it. And some guys, it takes a time for them to get it. But once you get there to the person, to your person, not everybody. When you get to your person, it's a wonderful, wonderful development. Yeah, it is.
You are so freaking.
It wasn't easy, dog. Trust me, Squirt. It's not, and I'm still learning.
Yeah, by trial and error, you came to that, which is fire. Bouncing off of all of your experience and things that you do, we get that, and I can tell right now. Your wife, she's going.
Let's hold. Listen.
I have no opportunity whatsoever. But anyway.
Squirt, we can always get deep into it. Listen,
I've been slashed on, baby.
Listen, when we talk about this, I learned so much, man. Like with people, man, I could get deep and deeper. When we talk about love, like people, you're in love with the person, right? But that being in love, that's not the work. Because some days you're going to wake up not to love that person or your day. So you got to figure out every day, you got to choose that person every day and do things that maintain that love. Right? And I think people don't understand that. You make a choice every day, especially when you're in marriage.
Yes.
Like, the love is there. Because there could be some weeks where you just don't like the person. But you love, right? There's going to be some days. Like you just don't like the person, right? But you work on every day. You'll wake up and you make that choice. You choose them every day, So
I like that you get what I was trying to do.
Yeah, I got you.
Get upset and maybe they're not mature enough to. No, we have fun. No,
yeah.
I've probably done this about 300 times, but probably about 300 times. But there's always that one or two to go. Why you did that?
Yeah.
Because you got to be mentally, and if you're not going to catch it and catch that answer to apply it in your own life, then that's a problem. If I get one person to ever do that, I'm cool. Okay, I'm cool. But you have now been squirtified. You are now certified. You will go on the Wall of Fame with DJ Squirt. Okay.
Hey, it is. The work happened.
I love it. All right. Thank you for playing in my my madness because I really do think it's fun. It builds relationships. Subliminally, people don't even understand. They never try to cater to anyone else but themselves. But when you have to switch that around, you know, and treat to someone else, you gotta think about it.
Absolutely.
I appreciate your answer. I'll never forget it. But if your wife ever decides to go low vibrational on you, you better call me. You better call me.
Squirt's crazy.
Okay. Tell her I love her. Mm-hmm.
She's listening. She's listening.
We still go together,
Yeah,
girl.
she's
We still
listening.
go together, so she gonna have to. You better stay on your toes, boo. All right, here we go. Here we go. Let's get down to the nitty gritty. I love this. See, I love that interviewing is so super important because that's how you get to know who people are and where they come from, and you can respect certain things. So these questions are designed to implement a lot of things about you that other people can relate to and learn from, right? So in your answers, just, you know, especially when it comes to special descriptions, I'm asking, just think about the challenges you may have had and how you overcame it, how it made you feel, you know, be inspirational to someone else that may have experienced what you've experienced. So here we go. You ready, Pumpkin?
Let's go. Let's make it happen. Let's make it happen. Let's make it work.
Okay.
Let's make it work.
I know, but there's some people, you know, I'm global. We international around here, okay? So, where you from, handsome?
From originally born and raised Cleveland, Ohio.
Now, hey now.
West Side, what up?
Hey now. Okay.
Where we at? Where we at? Where we at? I like, but you got to put that out there because some people like, no, West Side of Cleveland, and no, we were a while, so I'll just keep it at that. When we talk Cleveland area, then we'll get to the nitty gritty.
Okay.
Where we at?
We don't get there.
All right.
I'm gonna give you the chance to. I want all the smoke. Okay.
All right. Cool.
Here you go. How many siblings did you grow up in the household?
Okay. That's three.
Mm-hmm.
Three. I got two older brothers and one younger brother. Now, if you talk about siblings, then that's
That's why I say that
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
household because it's important what you experienced growing up, you know, like sharing, caring, you know, fighting, getting over it. You have to experience those things, and a lot of people don't. So they turn 40 years old, don't know how to share. And, you know, okay.
Yeah, no, we
All
get
right.
yeah.
Mom and dad in the home, or just mom?
Mom and dad was in the home up until I was, I think, 11, 12. They got divorced. I think right before I entered high school. So,
Wow.
yeah.
You want to share anything?
Listen, my my family history is deep and long. So how deep do you want to go into it?
I want you to anything that's going to inspire.
Okay, well, it's gonna be how many hours we got?
We got plenty of time.
Okay, so.
Big boss right
So-
down there,
so-
don't shut me off.
All right, so here's where this is the only time I've never said this in an interview. I probably said it on air a couple of times, but this is you getting exclusive on DJ Chris Styles, who he is, the exclusive. So my mom and dad, they got together. I think they got married after I was born. Can't remember.
Okay.
Can't remember. But so my dad, who I got my last name from, I'm not gonna tell you my last name, but who got my last name from, is he's not my biological father.
Okay.
But he was there when I was born. He signed my birth certificate. So all intents and purposes, that's my dad.
Understood.
So he was there the whole time. Still my dad. My dad on my phone. That's my dad. I talk to him every day. My original father, or the guy who impregnated my mom at a party.
The sperm donor?
Yeah, he was at the party. He was sperm donor. He was at the party. She was outside kicking it. I don't know what my mom was doing. She was outside. She's doing it one too. So I didn't learn anything about him until I was probably in ninth grade for sure. After 10th grade, that's when my mom and dad got divorced. And then, I got contacted by a sister that I didn't even know I had.
Wow.
Oh, it gets deeper.
Oh my goodness.
It gets deeper.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Hold
Go
on
ahead.
2
Go ahead.
seconds. I want to ask you this question before we move on.
Uh-huh.
So in the household, what number child were you?
The middle. So it's two older and one younger.
Okay. Before we move on, I'm going to let you hit this in a second. But I am a nerd.
All right.
I'm the cutest nerd you'll ever meet.
Okay.
Your wife's probably beautiful. but
Okay.
I'm the cutest nerd you'll ever meet. Okay. Number one, I did a study because I understood the people that I'm interviewing and helping independent artists and children and being inspiration. I noticed what number child. I asked a lot of questions.
Mhm.
What was the common denominator between these people that were so gung-ho, successful, and lovable, blah, 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 in business and anything? And I came to a finalization that the number child had a lot to do with the personalities that were actually successful. And it's usually the oldest the middle or the only,
Mm-hmm.
never the baby. That's in the household. So you fit my theory. I just want to make sure you knew that. So now you got 3 things. Ping, ping. With DJ Squirt, 6 feet up, you got a very nice radio voice, and you're the middle child. Oh my God, you better tell your wife. Okay, now go ahead and share.
I always tell she my wife. She's the catch. I'm definitely not the. I outkick my coverage on this one. Trust me on this one. Everything.
Kiss up your wife.
I always do. I always do. So I found out I had a sister. Now I did have 2 other sisters from my dad. You know, he had a previous a wife before, and he had 2. No, I had 2 sisters from them. Okay. But this is from my biological father, right? This one.
At what age at the time? 14, 15?
Nah, probably 13, 14, not sure. But I know she was contacting me, and we ended up meeting. She came to the house, coming to the west side, and met me. I was like, oh, it's my sister. I have a light-skinned sister, huh?
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's what I said. I'm like, well, she light-skinned sister. I've met. I didn't meet my biological father. She found me.
Wow.
She found me.
She found you, and now you're finding out everything. Okay.
Yeah, she found me. I think my dad mentioned it a little bit. It's like, don't let your mother get you into something you don't understand. I'm like, I didn't know what's going on. Like, I don't know. My mom didn't tell me. Nobody told me anything.
Right.
Nobody told me. Nothing. Nobody. My parent. I got the information from my mom. I can't remember the time, but she said, Alan isn't your real father. I said, what are you talking about? Yeah. He's like, he isn't your biological father. And at the time, I don't know what that means at 10, 11, 12 years old. Whatever. What is biological? Come on, man. What are you talking about? So, he ain't your real daddy. Ah, okay. Got you. That's what it meant. So I met my sister, then found out I have a younger sister that's under me. Like 3 years under me, right? So I'm like, oh, I have 2 other sisters. Oh.
I'm not gonna dig. We can talk later.
No, we could dig. We can dig as much as we can. Go ahead, it's a question.
You discovered this, and your mom. Well, she told you a little bit. You know what I mean?
So the thing, I think that's the I don't know if this is the right thing or it definitely affected me years later where I'm at the age I am now. But
of course, there we go.
Yeah, of course it did. It did, especially with interaction with a lot of things. But I think I compartmentalized all of that. All of that past trauma, if you want to call it, because it is trauma. That those past traumas that I had of not knowing, being late to the party, right? Like you're late to the party and all this stuff, and then I played sports, so I compartmentalized it because all I thought about was just, hey man, this is sports. It is what it is, right? I really didn't care. I think I met him and I said, hey, I need some shoes for basketball, and I never got those. So okay, no, but it didn't affect me because I was like, okay, you really my father, right? Then I think another time, I spent the night over his house or something, and I remember I said, hey, we're playing out in Menor, and hey, come see me play the game. I'll be out there. I'm going to dress varsity. I don't think he ever came. Like, oh, okay, but it didn't. I remember, maybe it does affect me because I remember that.
Now that you know this place and what it is to be a father or a husband, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, what the hell?
Plus, I remember those things, so obviously it affected me. Now I remember it. I stored it to know certain things that happened. But here's the crazy. So it gets better. It gets way better than this. Oh, my story gets better. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right. So years later, I'm in college. No, years later, when my dad remarried to was my stepmom now, and she came in with 1, 2, 3 kids, right? Yeah, she had three kids, and her oldest, Nene, God rest her soul. Also, she had a son, and then a son and a daughter, and then she ended up having 2 other kids. So at the time, she was my stepsister. She ended up dying in 2007. So we just celebrated. She died a couple of days. Celebration of heavenly birthdays, stuff like that. So instead of my dad letting kids go to the state, he adopted them. So, yeah.
Okay.
So now those were my nieces and nephews, becomes my brothers and sisters.
That's a lot.
So now we start adding them up. I start, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. The 14th one is a younger brother that I didn't know I had from my biological father.
Okay.
So I have 14, altogether I have 14 siblings.
So stepdad was actually the best dad.
Well, never call him my stepdad.
Dad was the dad. Dad was the man.
Yeah, I would never, he's not my stepdad, he's not my,
That's your dad. No,
if I put out a birth certificate, it says his name on it.
I don't blame you. I respect that, and I respect him. Like, look how so many families we have out here where the stepdads are jumping in and taking care of those roles. My problem with, I don't know your mom, nothing against her, but my problem with a lot of the parents nowadays when they're having these situations prior to the child, you know what I'm saying,
Mhm.
very, very young, it does not hurt to sit down and make it known to a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You know what I'm saying? You
Right.
make that comment. What if you grew up and started dating your sister? You feel me?
Yeah.
That's very serious.
Yeah.
And number 2, I hate this because that should have been open knowledge, just like get up, brush your teeth information, because you can utilize that data in your decisions in your life every day. But if you don't know, you don't know.
You don't know. Hey, so here's where a lot of it affects me, right? And as I look at it now, so no, because I'm previously divorced before I got remarried to wife now, right? But the divorce, though it was amicable, a little bit better, I think we didn't go to counseling part of it with my daughters, right? Because I don't think I took it to account of that effects of that. Because again, if I look at the effects of my divorce, my parents' divorce, I stayed with my dad.
Right.
My mom left the house. Now, normally you hear the dad leaves. No, my mom left the house and everything with my dad, and she left. It does. I had a conversation with my wife about that, and she said, "Yo, how do you feel about that? Have you ever talked about it? Like, how did that affect you? Because your mom did leave." I was like, "I've never really thought about that." It was. I didn't see her a lot. I didn't. But again, I compartmentalized all that information. Yeah, I just play sports. Listen, I'm going to school every day. I'm getting good to decent grades. I'm playing sports. Colleges recruit me. I'm doing what I'm doing, right? Yeah. So those parts of it, and I think me being those critical years in high school, my mom's not there raising me of that part. Now I'm moving with her. I think the middle of my senior year, closer to my senior. Now, she did give me something. Like, I ended up getting her old car and things like that. She still took care of some things she was supposed to take care of. Not to say my mom, she didn't know where she was. My mom, she's doing a really, really good job. But it's just certain things, like my senior year is kind of when I moved in with her. And
somebody you get to know it all.
yeah, and it still wasn't the same because at that time, I'm 18. I'm already feeling myself at that point.
Yeah. Let me get this straight. They divorced, you stayed with dad.
Mm-hmm.
And this is not the biological dad.
No, not the biological. So, yeah. So my mom left probably like when I was in 7th, 8th grade. It had to be like 8th, 7th, 8th grade. Yeah.
And then you end up finding your biological family through the sister connecting with you.
I believe that's what it is.
That doesn't, okay. Yeah, you need to get that out your soul.
Yeah, it's a lot in there, man. It's a lot in there.
Honestly, because this is what is wrong with a lot of the people that we're seeing today. If you think about it, right?
Right.
You're doing good. You look good. Okay, that's cool. You got a beautiful woman by your side, but that will always resonate in your soul. And the experiences that I had growing up, seeing the difference. When you're young, you don't know. You just know whatever you're seeing. You're okay. You're just taking account of what you see. But if you don't know the real reason of what's going on and who is who, when you grow up and you get married and you see your wife's family is all put together all nice, it's like, wait a minute. Well, what happened over here?
Yeah, so. Oh, and so I'm glad that you brought that up. So I see the closeness within her family. I mean, her family was the greatest, but it's certain things that I see that they do and how they communicate, how they come together, is a little bit more tighter than what I had. Not to saying like my cousins. No, we were tight with the big mama and all that. We were tight. I'm talking about my immediate family. We talk about my brothers and sisters. And I love my brothers, right? Like I could not talk to my brother for 6 months, and we talked to each other like we yesterday. But that's kind of how I moved around. But I am envious of kind of how the way my wife move and how she moves around with her siblings. You know, I'm like, oh, okay, we ain't like that. And other families too are like that. And other families too, like my mans and them. I've been seeing my mans talking like, oh, he was just kicking on my brother, and I'm like, man, they be hanging out all the time. Like, we don't even hang out like that.
This is not to say anything bad about your mom, but she probably had a reason for whatever she made her decisions for. You never know her state of mind or what she went through, even when you were born, and maybe she wasn't healed from whatever went on before she met your dad. Right?
Oh, it's some crazy stuff. When I ain't finished, it get crazy.
I got a healing hour show. I'm definitely on that. We gonna heal together.
Right.
It's really dope, but that brings, and then people wonder why people are a certain age. Let's say, for example, you have the mentality, you didn't have this great dad that you had to make you be a great man, because a man need a man to be a man. I know a woman can, be nurturing, but I just feel like a man need a man to be a man. So that age that you, had that adaptability with your dad, that ability to be great as you are.
Yeah, I credited him.
You gotta reach back down in there. You're gonna have to go backwards. Go down in there and try to put them pieces together and first ask for answers.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't get those answers, then you're gonna have to forgive without closure. But
Right.
you still gotta attempt this. This is my opinion.
Oh, no,
I'm a psychologist, but I feel like you need to go back to mom and say, hey, look, what happened?
I do, and I think my wife told me that too. Like, yo, at some point you gotta have a conversation with her about that. And I as I'm older, every time me and her we'll bump heads now more. Here's the crazy thing. Oh man, we're gonna get it all. You're gonna get it all today. So let me continue, then we'll go back. So let me backtrack. So around in my 20s, in my 20s, my mom ended up meeting my biological dad again. However they met each other, and ended up getting married.
Okay. We need to save the rest of this for the middle hour because this is gonna be great.
Now you gotta hear it. You gotta get my story. Listen, you gotta get the story to know who I am to get to the other questions, right? You can still always talk about the healing hour. It's fine.
Like that. See, that's another thing that I feel in our culture is the parents treat the children as if you just do what I say because I am your mom. You move how I say you respect me because I am your mom, instead of treating you as a human being that has feelings, that has to grow up and be an adult.
Yeah.
Okay? When my daughter was little, I talked to her. She probably hate to hear me talk to this day, but I think she respects it now. But you have to, she was little, 3, 4, 5 years old. Walk, turn blue. Do you know why I did that? Because if you do it this way and you don't do it that, it doesn't. So my point here is to say, hey, he adopted you, you know what I'm saying? That's why his name was on your birth certificate, but you do have a biological dad. There's another family out there, but we are not together any longer because I couldn't, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? You be honest. I couldn't be with him because he did this, but he came met me and you tell the story.
Yeah. I think I mean,
There's no narrative there.
Well, but we also got to talk about when this time. No, I'm 46 years old, so we got to talk about in the 80s, late 80s, early 90s. It was never talked about. It was taboo. Yeah.
No, it don't, because now we on the news. But anyway.
Yeah.
So,
It gets. I mean, like, I can, man. How deep do you want me to get with my family thing?
those challenges, though, we gonna get off of that.
Yeah.
Only because I want you for my healing hour show.
Oh, I can get deeper. I could.
Oh, we gonna have a good one.
Listen, I ain't even scratched the surface of what went down between 1985 and 2003, 2003-4. Like, so those years.
I got a dope show for you for that. I really do want to bring
Uh-huh.
that.
Yeah, we can talk about it. We can talk about it.
I cry sometimes when I tap into people, but look. So, in the midst of all of this, as a teenager, I love to you can think of any challenges, struggles you may have had, I know you were in sports, etc., but with all that going on at home also, again, any challenges, any kind of struggles you experienced in school, you know, what happened, how did it get resolved, and how do you feel about it today? Please tell me, how was school for you?
It was great. That's the crazy thing. I think I lived a freaking privileged life. That's the.
How old were you at 13?
No. I didn't grow to like my senior year of high school. It was crazy. Through high school. I remember at 13 I was like 5'4". I remember, yeah.
Okay.
I went from like 5'4" to like 6'2", 6'3" within the matter of 4 years. However, it was crazy. I grew like really, really fast. Now I lived a pretty privileged. So we did the way my parents did it. Right, they worked, but they also were drug dealers at the same time.
Whoa, that's a whole lot.
It's a lot. I told you, yeah. But they were drug dealers at that time, right? So we were able to move from the hood in the west side. On the west side, west side have that Bel Air area was a hood at. And from there, across the bridge at the time, you never crossed the bridge because the majority of white folks stayed there. So when we crossed the bridge on 130 in the West Park area, we moved into this 5-bedroom brick house, fully furnished basement, a 2-lot backyard. So it's a backyard here on the corner of a street. Yeah, we got it, but they still made it look like we were broke. They played it off so long that years later, my dad told me, "Oh yeah, we just sell, the coke. You just come out and sell cocaine." My mom, I knew he told me later. I already knew my mom was like one of the biggest weed dealers on the West Side. Already, if y'all could go look that up somewhere, that is a big bust at Ford Motor Company. My mom was a part of it. It was in the 80s. That was my mom. That was my mom's. Yeah.
Okay. It's a street life, Todd.
Yeah.
We're seeing another thing, especially if you watch. I watch a lot of movies now. I never used to, but I start to notice like the people that are doing all of these crimes or living these lives to have money to make things better are actually making it worse.
Yeah, we did. I mean, you think about it now, it really was worse. But so once I lived a privileged life, I did. Remember, so you remember starter jackets? I remember this. I had to be in 3rd or 4th grade. Starter jackets.
Yes.
And my mom was up in Detroit. Now I know why she go up to Detroit all the time. Before, why you always go to Detroit? Makes sense now, right? Now,
but let me ask you this before you move on.
No, that's fine.
I'm older than you, and I gotta remember when I remember the rest gone. Okay, how does that make you feel this day? Now that you see how things work, right? You seeing how things went, and you were kind of left out. I'm saying left out in the cold, not anyone. I'm saying this, left out in the cold. This was really going on in your family, and in my opinion, I feel like people that live like that is some manipulation for you to do and move certain ways.
Right.
And they say, I mean, it's probably true that I'm doing this what's best for you. No, it's what they wanted. They wanted you to be in the best schools and wear the best clothes and live in the best house, but nobody wanted to nurture your emotions.
I don't know. If when you look back on it, yeah, that might look at it, yeah, but I don't. On some things, it might have affected me on the way I operate on some emotional type things. Not that I'm crazy, but how I view certain things. But again, like I said, that was so taboo back then. And again, my brothers used to tell me at the time, "Oh, we found you on the porch." They said, "No, Andy." They just say, "Alan, not your root," because they called him Alan. Because my 2 older brothers got a separate, got their father on their own. It's crazy to say the father on their own, but they do. Yeah, they do. They both got the same dad. So my mom was out. My mom was outside. I love you, Mom. I do. But but they just tell me, "We found you on the porch." So they knew already, but they already knew these things, and
you didn't. That's not fair to me.
I was oblivious to when I asked for a starter jacket and I got it, and it was an all white Michigan joint, and nobody else had it. I was on the one in school. Like, man, and back time starters were expensive. I guess at the time, and back then, yeah. So bought those, the lottos, the shoes, all those. Like I would just ask. We wasn't spoiled, but I would ask, "Oh, here's a special. Let me see if I could get it," and I got it.
And you get it. Damn, how did you?
Right. I'm like, okay, but they work hard for it, so that means me in turn work hard in school because I'm thinking I'm getting it because I got straight A's.
Right.
Not knowing.
That's good. That's the good thing out of it. It's always something good in the situation. Always.
Yeah, so I'm thinking it's because I'm so good, I don't get suspended. There every day doing what I'm supposed to do in school. Yeah, to give me what I want. Okay, that's the reward out of it. Not knowing that they just had money stacked up, and things like that. But then we did hit a change when my mom ended up getting arrested, and I think when she ended up getting arrested, I think that's probably the downfall of that marriage and relationship with wherever they're going, where they were cheating, or whatever they were doing. I just remember after that, that's when my mom was not coming home, and then I knew they were getting divorced, and I was with my dad, the whole time. And then the money wasn't the same then. But at that time, I wouldn't ask for much. At that point, high school, we could figure out they still got me items, they still got the school clothes, they still got the shoes that I wanted. Even my mom, the Jordans would come out. Yeah, Mom, I need the money for these Jordans. She was sending me the money or give me the money. So, that operation never stopped because, she had to do what she wanted to do. So, if I say privilege, it was pretty much privilege not knowing the noise in the background that was going on. Because, again, I kind of silenced it.
I think that's the backwards thing. People think that they have to provide financially to be a good parent. No, you don't.
Right.
No.
Right.
When I grew up in the 70s, and we didn't even know we was poor. We didn't know what poor was. We look back now and go, oh, we was poor? You know what I'm saying? We had fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, fun, everything.
Well, I grew up in group homes and foster homes. I don't know what poor was, whatever.
I think what kept me grounded were our cousins. So on the west side, my mom was the only one that stayed on the west side. My rest of the family was Buckeye, Kinsman area.
West side was money back then.
That's what they thought, but it was a small section that wasn't. But I was Garden Valley. I used to go to be in Garden Valley every weekend. Rainbow Terrace every weekend. Buckout every weekend.
It wasn't as unsafe back then as it is.
At the moments.
It was still
The moments.
but it wasn't.
It wasn't dangerous. It's a part that was dangerous. I think in the mid 90s, that's when the got crazy. When the crack and cocaine started to really, really move through that area. But I used to go down there all the time, so I'm not oblivious to who had what, who didn't have what, but we didn't see each other like that because they were family. I used to kick it. They didn't care if I was on the west side. I thought I was from the east side either because I knew everywhere. I was always on I was always on Buckeye. Always people from the east side of Cleveland always say, I've never been to the west. I'm like, how you not been to the west? I know all through the east side of Cleveland, from East Cleveland. No, my dad is from East Cleveland, so I know people from Shaw, all there. All my good friends to Harvard because I went to Jameson. I'm from the west, went to Robert H. Jameson. Could have went to Carl Schuler, but I went to Jameson. So I've experienced, when I say my childhood life was privileged to the point where it was good because as I look back, I'm like, it was good. I probably should have maximized more. I think I should have. I don't know if I maximized my what I was supposed to do growing up in that type of environment.
I think that's so great how you're, still implementing who you are and what you have to do, but you do need to deal with that.
Yeah.
You do need to handle that. It'll come out the wrong way one day. Something will trigger you, and all those emotions or memories or thoughts that you buried will come out, and nobody knows what the hell wrong.
Well, that's what therapy for. I go to therapy.
Oh, you do?
Yes.
Thank you for saying that. That is so important.
Yes.
Very important. Therapy is not designed to heal them.
No.
So you still got to heal.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I think the healing part of it. I think I'm getting over that, the healing part. Especially, and I'll go back to where my dad. So I got to get into some other things to understand where that healing part comes from. So when my mom married my biological father, years later I was in college. This had to be May 12, 2002. 2001, excuse me. 2001. 2001. Yeah. 2001. Between May 5th and May 12th, 2001. I might have shifted the dates wrong, but it was definitely 2001. I get a phone. At the time, cell phones still is coming in. Okay. Still free nights and free weekends. Some things on my cell phone. Yeah. Sometimes. So I go into it. Then girlfriend I was dating at the time in the room. They only had her number because she had still landlines. We still had landlines in 2001. Still landlines. I see it blinking. And if it's 2 in the morning, 1, 2 in the morning, and it's blinking, you're like, hold up. And I see it blink. I was like, who's calling? Then I see it 216. I said, hold up. I was in PA at the time. I was like, something is wrong. Because I don't see that number. Get the phone call. She said, yo, Chris. I was like, hey, what's up? It was my cousin called. She said, your mom's been shot. My mom's been shot. What? Yeah, Curtis shot your mom. Curtis is my biological father. Curtis shot your mom. Shot my mom. What? Is she dead? Like what? No, she in the hospital now. I said, where, in my exact words, excuse my language, I said, where the fuck is Curtis? He's dead. What? I'm like, what? Yeah, he shot himself. He's dead.
He tried to do an attempted murder suicide.
So.
There's just a big story behind all this.
So here's the thing. When they got married, the big story was it wasn't domestic violence about it. She never told me because she didn't want to bother me in school. Because if I found out, I'm coming. Like, yo, we got to handle this. The story she's told me was that she knew something crazy was going to happen because he wasn't living at the house at the time. He was a heroin addict and things like that. So, yeah. So I think it was one time that she had drove in and he was hiding out the shadows somewhere. She drove into the garage and he came out with a gun in front of her. Now, he was like, basically saying, I'm not going to do nothing to you because you got your grandchild in your hand. I forgot which nephew she had. But just give me some money, get on the bus or whatever, money, and that was it. So apparently it was. So every time she didn't pull all the way in the driveway at that time. At the point she pulled just enough to her door, to the house door, she could get out and just go in. She said the one night she got out and she seen something move, and she just started running. No, on the west side, you got the yards, the streets. So you cross the street, go to somebody else's driveway, right? If you seen like anybody. So she was running, got to the other side of the driveway. He was like, stop, I'm gonna shoot you in the back of your head. She stopped, she turned, she's had her hands up, and she said, she was just talking to him, and he said something. He shot her in the chest, and she said she dropped and bounced back up and rushed him. She said the gun jammed. Now, he's still struggling. Thank God, my younger cousin. Shout out to my younger cousin down in Atlanta, cutting hair now. He was living at the time at the house with my mom's. He heard some things. He's downstairs with his girl chilling. He heard some stuff. He heard a pop. He ran outside and seen Curtis. So he started running. And Curtis looked at him when the gun jammed and started running and ran away. So like the bullet went straight through my mom's. It missed everything. I don't know how I did it. This was point blank range. Yeah. And so all that, said that all that happened. And this is where me and my dad got really close, because it was a time me and my dad, I didn't talk to my dad. And that's a whole nother issue with him and his stepmom and me and things like that. So I got a lot of stuff. It's a lot of complex with me. It's a lot. I go therapy. That's what I go therapy for. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. I get deep into that.
Let's get back on track.
Get back on track. Yeah.
Through all of this, high school, whatever, you had a great. The good thing is you had great schooling. Education will save your life.
Right.
No matter what you might be going through, and it's a refuge sometimes.
Yeah.
So tell me, you had a great school. Tell me, everybody has this aha moment, right? Okay. The aha moment is how you became DJ Chris. Okay? Tell me, what was your influence? What was there a particular situation?
Yeah.
I'm about to DJ. I'm gonna do
Everybody.
I know. What was it?
Of course, B Street. Of course, Groove. Like what? Come on, like what? Come on now, who?
Hey,
B Street. What?
These kids don't know.
Huh?
These young kids don't know.
Man, it was influenced. DJ Jazzy Jeff. Like it was DJ. I originally was a dancer. I danced crew. I was a battle. Was the battle b-boy. I used to dance.
Did you do the spin on your head?
I was never great at that one. Yeah, I could do a little bit of that. My brothers used to dance first, and then I was dancing. I used to steal their moves. They used to be mad. I had to steal their moves. We used to watch videos, do stuff like that. So it started off dancing. But I still love B Street. I love DJ Jazzy. I think it was played on 108. Shout out to Lady Skills, you know.
Oh, did you come to the Nerd DJs?
I did. I got a picture with Lady Skills. Lady Skills was the one that introduced me to radio.
She's amazing.
She's the one.
So sweet to this day.
She's so intricate into hip hop, period. Not just in Ohio, all over around the world. It was her voice that got me wanting to do radio and DJ. But they played a song with DJ Jazzy Jeff, and it said, I forget what song it said, I turned into a transformer. And he started transforming. I was like, that's crazy. What is, we heard this, what is that? That's right. You about to throw your radio.
So we didn't have the phones and media and TV like
right.
we do now. We had TVs, but you had to put this antenna on the back, and sometimes you put aluminum foil on it so you could catch a signal somewhere in the air and catch a channel.
Right.
What about that?
No.
And then, you turn on your radio at a certain time so you can catch certain people and listen to it. And did you used to put the paper in your tape?
Yeah.
Radio
Of course.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody did that. Everybody did.
As out in the open as it is now. So that's another thing these youth do not understand.
No, I have no idea.
Cool. So it was you experienced listening to Jazzy Jeff when they pulled.
Yeah. So I had it, once I got older, I think it had to be 7th, 8th grade, maybe 9th. I had to be 7th, 8th grade. My mom ended up buying me some turntable. It was a belt drive. She didn't know to get the techniques. She didn't know to get the direct drive. But again, I grew up in hip hop. So in the 80s and 90s, it was hip hop groups along with Johnny O in it, but it was also my experience was from the West Side part of it, right? And it was DJ, my boy, shout out to my man Marky. He used to rap. I mean, we had a house party. My brothers, we had house parties downstairs where it was freestyle and music. And that's why I first into turntables. And my brother used to DJ a little bit, get records. And then when I started seeing that, I'm like, yo, that's what I want to do. And my mom bought me the belt drive. I had a mixer. The hardest part was this, though. I did not know. I understand. You need to get records. And you had to pay for records. And we had a group. I was a DJ, and something happened. They wanted to break up the group. But they're still my guys. I still see them. They wanted to break up, and I was mad. I started unplugging my turntables. Yo, I got all this stuff, and I just concentrated on sports. So for like 4 years through high school, I ain't touched anything with DJing and everything. Love the rap music. Still listen to the radio. Still listen to hip hop things. Shout out to DJ Coach Cheese. It's over. My man DJ Chicago. People don't understand. I knew Chicago. I knew Chicago when he first came to Cleveland. So that's how I used to go to before anybody knew him. I know him because he played basketball. I knew how he made his mixtape. I was like, that's my guy. And so he's like another big brother to me when it comes to music. DJ Jack the Ripper, another one. I'm just talking about the things that influenced me to become who I am as a DJ. When we're talking about independent shows, the Rhythm Room. Well, my dude owned the Rhythm Room for several years. So, and my brother threw shows. That's how I ended up knowing a lot of people. So this is things that influenced me that's coming up. But when I graduated from high school, ended up going to college to play my first semester, I got back into radio. And got back into DJing.
Okay.
So when I got there,
where did you
I went to Ashland University for a semester, got kicked out on football scholarship, got kicked out. But that's when I got on the radio. I was like, oh, snap. The love for it came back. Right. And so then I got back into DJing.
Okay.
So when I got kicked out for that spring semester, I think I got into DJing at a teen club somewhere. You just didn't even use the albums yet. I was just playing CD and CD. That's when I had the CD.
Oh, really? Y'all had CDs?
They had the CDs out in 1999.
I'm way ahead of you.
They had them.
We had the vinyl records flat out.
Yeah, no, I know the vinyl. There's some people having vinyl stuff. I didn't get my vinyls just yet, but they still had a machine just enough you could play. They had it there. And then when I got into college, back in college, that's when I jumped right back onto DJing with the vinyl and the turntable. Met somebody at the when I ended up going to Hagerstown Community College. My man DJ, his name was DJ Squirt. Crazy. No, actually no, it was DJ Squirrel. Excuse me, Squirrel. SQL, Squirrel. Met him. Got some things in Hagerstown. Was in Maryland for 2 years. Learned go-go music. Learned Baltimore club music. I got a lot of diversity. I got a lot of diversity in music. And then when I went to Shippensburg University on a basketball scholarship, because I went there to play basketball, and that's when I really, it was kicked in at that point. I think I had to be like 20, 21. And yeah, I did 2021, and now in that area is more Philly people area and things like that, and VA stuff like that. So I started really DJing. Getting the album, I became music director at a radio station there, and I was getting all my albums for free.
Hey, now.
I was like, oh!
Now that's a gold mine right there. People don't realize that. That's a gold mine. That job was a super gold mine for you.
College radio, getting stuff in. And mind you, this is 99, 2000. So imagine what music was coming out between 98, 99, 2000.
Just switching over to like CD and flash drive. It's just pushing over to like.
Yeah, it was still CD. It was still people that I've seen the early version. I've seen the early version of Serato.
Disc drives. That's what it was.
So,
disc drives.
yeah. So here's the crazy thing about it: the early version of Serato was called Final Scratch, and I experienced that. This was 2000. It was in 2000. Yes, I went to a conference, a music conference. The music conference was so big back in the time, and this guy was using it. I was like, oh snap, let me use it. It was called Final Scratch. It was the prequel to what Serato is now, right? And shout out to Riz, because Riz was the one to put that together. It was his idea for Final Scratch. But so that, and then from there, I started DJing, doing the college parties. I still didn't have my turntables yet. I was using somebody else's turntables. Yeah, using it. And then I think that guy ended up moving to Miami, Florida. He was a white guy. He was decent, but he was more, real estate type dude. And then shout out to Zeta Phi Beta, my homegirl Tanessa. They say, we need you to do a party. So shout out to my mom. Love my mom. So she still looked out. I said, Mom, I'm gonna pay you back. I need money to get these turntables, right? She gave me money. She this Zeta Tanessa drove me 2.5 hours to Philly to get my turntables, to do my first official party with my own equipment with turntables and mixer and everything. And so I always, every year when it's their anniversary, when they cross or whatever, Zeta, I make sure I give them a special shout out to Zeta Phi Beta, because without them, they would never have got me. Then comes after that, it will be Deltas. Shout out to Miss Diane Jefferson, my mentor. They gave me a lot of parties. The sorority up, Delta Sigma Theta. So, and then that's where. No, this was 2000, early 2000, 2003, and then that's where I started doing radio, the DJ Chris Styles radio show. It was so crazy. WSYC 88.7, Shippensburg University. And here's the crazy thing. Listen to this though, in PA. This radio station was so far ahead of its time, I didn't realize until I started thinking about it. We were already online in 2000. Already online. Had our own website at the time. Yeah, we were streaming already, and I had people from VA, Florida, jail system. If they listened to my radio show, they used to turn it. I remember every Thursday night it was called a hip hop block party. I think I got it from somewhere in Cleveland. Somebody said, I don't know if it was Lady Skills or somebody, but I jacked that name. I did. Hip hop block party, and they used to Thursday nights from my shows. Winding back used to be on Wednesdays, right? And it used to be like 8 to 10. Then I moved to Thursday because Thursday was hip hop night. Then it started switching over from 8 to 10. That started going from 10 to 1, then 10 to 2. Like I extended it. I extended it.
I remember we used to turn the radios on sometime and just let the radio play while we party. The
that's what they end up doing. People from like VA, UVA, George Mason University, all them schools used to listen to my radio show. It was crazy, and they used to call. They were able to call in and listen to themselves. So it was really, really dope, man. I mean, that's where it started to come through.
So you've been a very active icon in the city.
I tried. That's what they say.
When did you land in Cleveland?
I landed back in Cleveland in 2012.
That's still a good amount of time.
Yeah, I left in 97.
Okay.
Came back in 2012.
Okay. So now you're back in Cleveland.
Mm-hmm.
You're doing, man. I don't like the camaraderie nowadays when it comes with the DJ. But basically, it's camaraderie in everything now. Anything that you do, this medical field's camaraderie on everything.
Mm-hmm.
How do you handle the camaraderie that comes with DJing? Okay, I have something to say about it too.
I know a lot of people. I just do me, man. Like, I support when I go out. You know, I say what's up. And the DJ community, it's not as bad. So it's different for me is I was gone for so long. So when I came back, it wasn't like I wasn't part of any crews or DJ crews or anything like that. When I came back, I had to build myself up. So I knew Jack the Ripper. I knew Chicago. Those are the only two DJs I know. I know my guy Big Hef because we rolled in the same, when we did radio, same college radio boards and things like that. As far as DJ, I literally had to kind of build myself back up and build my brand up. But I always did it because I just did me. I never worried about anybody liking me or anybody word, because I hate that Cleveland had this thing like they just want to say I help put you on.
Oh my God, yes.
Which is weird to me. And so, but they like to hold that over you or say I did this, so I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna build my own brand my own way. Yeah, is the road less traveled? It is, because you just. But it happens. So as far as the other DJs, like, it's dope DJs here and I like them, but I also know a lot of dope DJs that was in PA, right? That my shot other cities, you know, in PA, other cities in DC. So I've watched them, how they move and how the DJs in their city move. Yeah, I mean, if somebody doing something, you just say what's up. Like, I don't make it my way to go out to see Chicago DJ, but if I'm in the area, I'm gonna go walk up to them. I'm gonna go rock with them. I'm in the area, say what's up with some people. The camaraderie, I think, is fine. I think it's an old regime that's above me. That what I've seen came out. I think that internally they still have issues that never have worked out.
It is so bad.
Which is weird to me still.
It's the damn devil. That's what it is.
Is it?
Tell you what it is.
Go ahead. Tell it. Go ahead.
Damn demons. You little minions that's operating low vibrational because you got issues that you have not healed, attacking people because you see they like, you're a damn demon. Stop it. And for those that are healed, you shouldn't even get affected. You shouldn't even jump. You shouldn't even flinch when they come at you saying what they don't like about you and what's stupid and what's ugly. You should be like, well, thank you, and keep on going. Period. That's what
I think the older, not everybody, but I think that I'll call them the older regime or the OGs or however you want to call them. I think part of it is they still worry about who's the best. Like, I tell people this, I really don't care who's the best DJ, because I'm going to tell you what, I can tell you who makes the most money DJing, and I know them guys. And it is to have zero to do with what they do in the hip hop and in the clubs. Yeah.
It has to do with how you make people feel. I know some of the best damn DJs.
Listen.
Say this right now on camera. I know some of the best DJs can run that equipment and make everybody dance and have a really good time that are the biggest idiots on the planet. But I put it this way. You can't look at it as if I don't like him or I like him. Can he rock that party like I need him to do for whatever the event this is? Thank you. Please come rock those guidelines down, run the rules, and have a party. Who cares? But for those people that come at you with that who's better, who's not, you should already know something wrong.
Yeah, and part of it is, I just find everybody have a lane. The ones that make the most money, you'll be like, yo, how do he make that much? Because you have a lane and what they're doing. And I think that's what some people in the old regime is of thinking. You have some people in the old regime who say, I'm the best, I should be getting X, Y, and Z. Then there's other people who came up under them because they was watching you and they had that same attitude. The one, and I just tell DJs, so listen, you find your lane. It's all about making money. You got to find your end. Where's your end game? Where's your end game, or where you going to pivot? Like you think it was easy DJing 24 years? I've been DJing almost 25 years, right? So I had to pivot several times to figure out where my lane is at and where the money is going to be at, right? Yeah, it was a stretch where it was stretch of 4 years where I stopped DJing at the time. I was like, I didn't like the music, but I came back and rebranded myself and redone it. So I done the clubs here in Cleveland. I done at the time when I came back, or I'm thinking around, 2016, 2017, 2018. I had one of the best clubs in Cleveland downtown. I was DJing at, right? But I seen the pivot where they was going to. I said, that's not my vibe, because I want to keep it open to some other things. And we had to move on. I didn't get upset into what I'm doing now. Be able to do radio, be able to do cruise ships, being hired to do cruise ships, doing a lot of corporate events. Like the clubs don't pay enough. I know what they're making. So I don't want that. I don't need the people to say I'm the best. I just the best of what I do. I tell people I just did 600 kid prom last night.
Last night?
Yeah.
And you made it here today?
Yeah. So did that, and to be able to flip around and do a corporate event, and flip around and do a country restaurant event, flip back around and do a hood club. So when I tell people this, like, I don't work, the camaraderie should be what it is. You should support where to say what's up. It should be no down talking to anybody or saying who's the best, because this game is, the DJing, it has enhanced to a different level, right? And we should respect everybody for their skill level. Listen, I'm not the best scratcher at all. I will let you know now. I can scratch, but I am not the best at it. I can rock a part in by the way I flow, the way I blend, the way I think and move, how I move music, how I pull, digging and crazy pull songs out. So, yeah, everybody's different, man. I don't dislike anybody. Everybody's dope. Everybody's dope who DJ.
But if they come at me negatively, then that's when I shut down and turn away. But here's I was MC Squirt before I was DJ.
Oh, you used to rap?
Oh, yes. I performed. I love it. Had a great time.
I think everybody tried to rap one time.
And when I started to educate, through my own experience, we'll have a discussion with that in our show. Through my own experience, I was teaching and talking to some kids. Now, in broadcasting and radio, we call the person speaking over the air the DJ, because you're the disc jockey. You're running the show, not physically.
Right.
You don't have to physically be the DJ. So I'm teaching these kids, my name is DJ Squirt. It's back 2015. Okay? I loved it. I thought it was dope how people DJ. I had a dope DJ. Ibby was my DJ.
Okay.
Okay? We were on the first conversation now. I learned, what I'm saying? Okay. So I'm teaching these kids, and one of them just did not want to take the heat. Rolled his eyes. Everything I said, right? So I said, what's wrong with you? He said, why I gotta listen to you? You ain't even no real DJ. What the hell? I love a good challenge.
So what'd you do?
I told him, I said, this little boy really ticked me. He said I wasn't a real DJ because I don't got no turntables. Johnny was like, well, get the damn turntable.
Yeah, get him out.
So I did. And I said, okay, give me the basics on it. I learned it, how to do it. So I'm not saying I'm the best, but I bet I can bring him in here and have some fun.
As you should.
I learned how to do it. I did pretty good. I love that video where I actually practiced and learned how to do it, and I rocked that new party. I had a good time. So that's my story on how I got to do that.
Oh, that's dope. Everybody has this story, man. I love DJing. I love radio. I just love the broadcasting and content making and things like that. But the DJing, I'm always going to be a DJ, and I tell people that, like, at the core, no matter what I do, radio, TV shows, or anything I'm trying to do in the future, DJ at the core is what I do. I think people forget that sometimes because, we all got egos when we DJ. I ain't gonna lie. We already got some public. Because every time I'll see some things that's going on, I said, people must forget I really do this.
I'm an idiot. Okay, whatever.
I said, hey, maybe I don't. Maybe I don't come outside. People don't see me. Don't come outside. Listen. I have no.
All they gotta do is do their homework. That's the thing.
Yeah, I don't want to go out. You know, people say we need to come out. Like I talked to Ray Jr. Ray Jr. is my guy. I talk to him a lot, and we'll text back and forth for a week. He's like, yo, you got to come outside. You never come outside. I was like, I don't, and maybe I do got to come outside a little bit more.
You gotta be picky. You gotta, you know what, and also you gotta, use discernment.
Yeah,
Am I feeling this? This vibe? What's going on?
I get invited to so much stuff. I just don't feel like is it me? And we live check 1 2 check 1 2. We're gonna let it off. Is it me? I just feel like if I'm coming outside, I feel like I'm wasting money. I'm not getting any money. Hey, can I think like that at this the juncture of
needs to be a business move. I say this all the time, especially to
right.
artists that I teach. Let me tell you something. I'm so sick of seeing these artists performing on these stages for nothing, with nothing, about nothing. Number one, when you show up to a show, you need your pop-up banner, you need your merch. If you saw I got all these team members, they need to become supporting you to that event. Walk in that room, encircling that room, that means you're shaking hands with everybody you see, even if they're the water boy, even if they're just they're behind the bar, they ain't gonna do that for you. You don't know, they daddy might work for Sony. What I'm saying is, you work that room. Every event needs to benefit you somehow, and you invest in that with your time, with your work, with your energy. And if you only sold one t-shirt at that show, then damn it, there you go. But they showing up with weed, wine, buying everything in the club, performing on the stage, no website, you don't know how to market them. They got different names on everything, you can't find them, you can't support them if you want to. Boom. I can't say that.
No, go ahead. But I just feel like I just feel like where I'm at, like it got to be benefits for me to come out. Like it's somebody I don't really mess around with. Like shout out to Dana Saf, he have events every month, so I'll pop out and go see him to support. That's the support because I know I'll mess with him like that. But other stuff, I'm like, I don't know if I'm not getting paid to come out.
That makes sense when you get over a certain age.
Like,
yes.
do I really want to go out? Because I'm gonna tell you, I'll pop in. Literally, I'll be there for an hour and I'm leaving. And so, yeah, that's where I'm at. I found my lane. I know where I'm at as far as DJing, like where I'm at and what I want to do with it and how I want to elevate more as being a DJ. But that's it. He's finding your lane. It's in this business period. When we talk about the entertainment business, the communication, broadcast, it's finding your lane, your niche, and then you run with it. And you once you maximize that part out, then you pivot and you do something else. You right. Mm-hmm.
You've had your journey. You still on the journey?
Yes. Yeah.
Now, tell me, at this point in your journey, what is success to you? Like, what's your next level, that goal that you want to meet? If you meet it, that you're totally happy about that.
I think the next goal for me is to say the crazy, it's a crazy term, not crazy term, but just to do me. Because I think so many years I've with artists, when I was in PA, it was all the independent artists, putting them on. In PA, I was one of the first people on Pennsylvania to play independent artists on my radio show. Majority of the time, interviewed them. When I came back to Cleveland, when I ended up getting on WOVU 95.9 FM, first thing I did was, remember 2018 was my first show, March 2nd. It was 90%, 95% all Cleveland artists. And still to this day is like that, right? So my focus was always independent artists, independent music in Pennsylvania, the first ever urban music conference in 2004. First ever in Pennsylvania. I did it. So now I think I'm at a point where my goal is to enhance my brand and do me, be able to do stuff that I want to do.
So, I also have a label I created, Squirt Music Entertainment.
Squirt Music Entertainment.
Yes, it is.
Go get it.
It's designed to help independent artists and walk them through. Now, they don't sign with me, okay? But I create projects.
Okay.
For them, and I use all the things that it needs to take to put a song out, and we all work together. So it gives them that experience of learning how to put this music out, what's being responsible, basically that foundation to put something out that's going to bring you something back.
Man, that love for the independent artists that you have, man. I used to that fire used to be with me for so long, and it just, I haven't said the fire's not out. It's just I've done it for so long.
Yeah, but look, I got some stuff for you. I also have what's called a splash tour. I pick a city and I go, and I have the splash tour, and I have it during the day. I don't do clubs, but I'm from 5 to 9. I have a showcase.
Okay.
In the city, and I bring whatever I bring. We set it up. They perform. They get feedback immediately. Okay? They win prizes, but the top prize is $500 cash.
Nice.
So the networking and the experience and the feedback, which is the plus.
It's the plus. It is.
Splash tour, and I'm gonna hear you out.
And the $500 ain't too bad either, though.
Judges, networks, type of thing.
Yeah.
It's important. And sometimes a conversation is all somebody needs to change their life.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Absolutely.
Or guide them and point them in the right direction. So
Absolutely.
definitely tap you in with that. And also, I'm the regional vice president of Nerd DJs.
Yes. Nerve DJs.
Because I work hard all the time. I do a lot of things for the artists, marketing, media, digital website, all this all type of things. But I will let you know when next time I have a splash tour. Okay, we was looking at Miami recently, so I'll let you know. When things I do stuff in advance. I have a business. So stuff ain't looking right.
You don't do it. Yeah, I agree.
So I'll keep you posted on all the.
Yes, I'm there. Let me know. I'm there.
Check this out. This is my last question to my interview.
Let's go. I'm ready. Let's go.
We still go together, right?
Let's go.
Okay.
But we out.
I'm your girlfriend, right?
Let's go.
I'm like Cardi Double B.
I love Cardi B. Shout out to Cardi B.
Cardi Double B. And I work in Magic City. Right? And I call you up. It's 6 o'clock in the morning because that's the time I get off from Magic City. Okay? But I'm a good girl. I don't do nothing, right? But I call you. You was half sleeping bar again. I said, whoa, they got the phone. Check your bank account. This man really liked me. He gave me a whole lot of money. Okay? Now, before you answer this question, this is what I want you to think about. I have a very big stance in how I'm watching things in our communities. Sometimes I feel like if everybody takes whatever it is that's great to them and put that into the communities, that who would need the government? If we all had something that we personally did that could benefit everyone within that city with what we have, who would need them? So, based on what's important to you, I want you to tell me what you would do with this that I'm about to tell you.
Okay, I'm listening.
Cardi W, I called you, told you, answer the phone, and say, look, check your bank account. I gave you some money. You got $30 million in your bank account. Based on the facts and information that you know, what could you do within your community with $30 million? Whatever's important to you.
Oh, we're going to build infrastructure that we don't have. So, and people just talk about it, but you really got to do it. We got to build our own educational system. So have your own school first.
Yes.
Right? And then you got to have food eating. So you got to have your own grocery store. And then you got to talk about health. You got to have our own clinic. And then for financial part, we got to have our own bank to circulate the money within the community. And, you build those structural foundation. And then financial literacy, figure out how everybody, get the financial literacy. And that's how you build your own infrastructure of our own. And then here's the thing. I don't know if 30 million is enough, but we're going to find a section of the community and rebuild it that way. So that's going to be our land. Buy up every house that's on that block. And we're going to start off from there and then expand it. So how that I got Little Italy, Little China, little things like that. We're going to have our own section. And just build it out. I think that's one of the things we need to build our own infrastructure. Once we start building our own infrastructure, that's where the change is going to happen for us, right? That's what I would do.
That's fire. Ooh, I got a dope boyfriend today. Okay, so look, I'm trying to. They keep telling me I got to keep this professional. Okay. That's really hard when I love people, when I really feel their energy and feel the vibe, and how positive they are. I just get all giddy. But anyway, so that would be so dope, and I think that's something we definitely go for and still try to do to this day. Things are changing, because back in the day when they did try to do the Black Wall Street and create all that stuff for Black people, they burned it down. I don't think that will happen to this day. We need to show our youth to stop hurting and killing each other. We need to stop them and talk to them as youth when they're 3, 4, 5 years old, and plant those positive mindsets in their brain very young, so they
Mm-hmm.
don't grow up so dysfunctional. You know, a lot of people in your situation that you had, Christoph, they ain't had that same or issues running in their mind. Why my mama do this? Why my daddy do that? Oh my God, they're living with those type of anxieties, and,
Right.
you know, questions in their head, and then they get triggered outside in the streets and feel like they got to be responsible for things that they don't even know what's going on and end up in jail or something
Right.
crazy.
Well, that's just learn. That's just learn how to manage your emotions. I think that's what athletics help for me is learn how to manage emotions. So
They can't manage their emotions if their parents aren't sharing their emotions.
that's true. It's true. It's true. It's true. It's true.
It's hard. You were lucky. Okay.
Yeah.
You were very lucky.
I am.
Blessed. There you go.
I'm very blessed. Yes. Yes.
I love that. So, okay, one more last thing we gonna
Okay.
get out here. So, oh my God, you gave us so much great information. I really love you and appreciate your time on this beautiful Sunday.
You know, I went in. You got all the good information. You got all the great information.
I know. That looks exclusively on DJ Squirt Radio Show. Okay, so check this out. This is your Grammy stage. You got the DJ Squirt Grammy stage.
Okay.
It's your award.
Oh, caught it.
This your award. Now, what I need you to do at this point in your life, anything you can think of, you're on this Grammy stage for all that you've been blessed with, all that you have right now, all the things you look forward to. Say your thank yous. Give it to us.
Oh man. First of all, I was thank you for life.
Okay?
Right?
Yes, yes.
And just waking up this morning, I thank you, family and my friends, man. That's it. It's too many to name, you know. But everybody, even ex-girlfriends, ex-friends, because everybody who you came in contact with in your life built to who you are now, right? And I don't think a lot of people understand that. Good and bad, you know. So it's not one specific person or black people Pacific. Pacific. Why do we talk like that? Pacific. No. So it's not one person, but it's everybody who I came in contact with who built who I am today. So I thank everybody, man. That everybody's involved in my journey, and so when I win, they all win. Shout out to my wife, man. If we talk about it with the last, and we'll talk. If we talk about it within the last 5-6 years, like my enormous change where I'm at mentally, it is my wife, man. And that for to show me a different side of different things and how to look at the world through a different lens. So yeah.
Shout out to wifey.
Yeah, she get mad respect.
We done. So there's no.
No, she all good. She's the best, man. She'll get. She'll be like, nah.
Another thing why I do it because you get some people that don't realize they're in a toxic relationship or a toxic situation, and they go, "Oh hell no!" Yeah, that's a
Nah.
problem.
She'll be like, nah. She'll be like, nah. If you want to leave. She'll say that.
Exactly, that's a problem if they don't let you be you.
Yeah, no, we let each other be us.
This is all hypothetically speaking. It's
Yeah.
okay, Jesus Christ. Okay, but I want to thank you for coming out. I think I love you, and you smell so good. Oh, you smell so good. Oh my God. Okay, so look, this concludes the DJ Squirt Radio Show today. Here, May 19th, I've had the wonderful DJ Chris Styles from Cleveland, Ohio, a veteran DJ, yes.
Veteran.
Radio personality. He's an amazing husband, father, just an all-out perfect guy. I love it. He's 6'3", y'all know me. He's 6'3", he smells good, we good. He got a radio voice. Oh, I'm sold. Okay, so here we go. Thank you guys for tuning in to DJ Squirt Radio Show. Make sure that you download that Nerve DJs Radio app for every Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We are located downtown Cleveland, Ohio. Nerve DJs got the biggest facility. You'll be able to see it also once it's all done. But we're live on the radio right here. Best in the business. I got to tell you, and make sure you tap in every other Tuesday night. We got the Nerve DJs conference call, and which I'm in charge of. We love this, and we have a wonderful time. It's like a family. We take the independent artists and the mainstream, and we bridge them together on one platform, and it's super freaking dope. Make sure you check it out. Marketing media at its best. But you make sure you guys tune in. I appreciate everyone that has followed and is listening. Love you. Tune in. DJ Squirt. Have a good one. Peace. Say good night, Pumpkin.
Good night. Peace. Have a good one. Hey, real quick, shout out to DJ Squirt. Appreciate you.